Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the People's Channel, home of the Bit Squad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. My name is Ben. Come to you live most days. I'm going to be gone for the next 2 weeks. This is actually, we've got a couple videos for you guys while I'm gone, but this is the last piece of content that I'm making. You may be asking, why are you making this in a gym at a La Quinta in Fairbanks, Alaska? Well, I'm making this video because I want to give you guys one last video before I went out. And the gym has the best lighting. Look at this lighting, look how great it is. And yes, I did just work out. I'm very tired, but look, you know, you get tired in crypto, you gotta push on. Also guys, before we get into the content, we're gonna be talking about the biggest event in crypto history. You're definitely gonna wanna watch this video. I do wanna mention, put the link down below in the description for my book, Catching Up to Crypto. Pre-orders are at now. We're actually, in new releases, we're #1 in finance right now. We haven't even really promoted the book. So make sure if your friends or family, if they're interested in crypto, or if you're newer to crypto, sometimes you're watching videos, you're like, I don't understand what he's talking about. This is gonna be the book that's gonna catch you up to crypto. So you understand basically the basics of everything in crypto, where things are going, the future, a lot of exciting stuff. So make sure to check out that link down below. Now I wanna talk about the most important event in crypto history. Let's talk about some of the most important events. Certainly, SEC Ripple case is a big event. When that ends, that's gonna be one of the biggest events ever. Obviously, the creation of Bitcoin was definitely the largest event in the history of crypto. The first transaction, the 10,000 Bitcoin for a pizza, or for 2 Papa John's pepperoni pizzas, currently worth a lot of money. I guess, what is that? $200 million, whatever it is. It's a lot of money for those pizzas. That was an important event. You look at some negative events, you look at Mt. Gox, obviously, still dealing with repercussions for that. You look at Silk Road, but we're talking about the biggest events. Now you could argue the SEC saying that, or William Hemon saying Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities is a big event, but what did that really do? It really just kept things the same. It kept the status quo of the industry. Outside of the creation of Bitcoin, I'm going to make an argument tonight that, well, I mean, you're going to be watching the daytime probably. It's night here in Alaska. I'm going to make the argument that this is the largest event in crypto history, the most important. This will change more things in crypto than anything outside of the creation of Bitcoin itself. The Ethereum Merge. Now, the date has been moved up, guys. It looks like it's going to be on September 13th. You guys know. I'm moose grizzly bear combo hunting here in Alaska. So we're heading out to the wilderness tomorrow. We're heading from Fairbanks to Circle, and then we're going to be flying to basically the Canada border. So I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing some videos and vlogs while I'm gone for content when I get back. But we're not going to be showing we're going to be showing the trophies because I know a lot of people don't like that. So if you're against hunting, that's on you, whatever. But when Joe Rogan invites me on his podcast, that's when I'll show the pictures after we get the bear and the moose. So the point is, I'm going to be gone when this Ethereum Merge happens. How ironic, right? I've been talking about this Ethereum Merge being so big, being the spurring on the flipping where Ethereum's going to pass Bitcoin at some point. God, it's making me sweaty just walking around talking about it. It's going to be absolutely huge, and I'm going to be gone. I'm not going to be here when this happens. So a little upset about that. I won't have internet access, so I hope it goes off without a hitch. And I think that it will. They've got enough test nets, but I want to talk about why this is so big. Why this is going to push Ethereum ahead of Bitcoin. No, please. This is not going to happen this year. Ethereum's not going to pass Bitcoin this year. Ethereum's not setting all-time highs. I don't believe in the idea that this is buy the rumor, sell the news. There certainly might be some selling on the day, but if you look at EIP 1559, which also important to this conversation, implemented a burning mechanism, what you actually see is that was not buy the rumor, sell the news. Why? What was a fundamental change to the chain? Look at that number 33 guy. He looks sexy back there. Oh, it's me. The idea is this is a fundamental event to the chain. This is going to change the tokenomics for Ethereum forever. Okay, so let's break down what this is going to do. The change from proof of work to proof of stake, which Vitalik Buterin also has a book on proof of stake coming out in September. You guys might want to read if you're super nerdy and you care about stuff like that. I think it's probably over most people in crypto's head, but whatever. The idea is that when it comes to the inflation, it's going to change the inflation of Ethereum 95%. It's going to drop it 95%. What does that mean? That means now, over the next 20 years, we're going to get the same amount of Ethereum brought into the supply that we were getting every single year. Okay, it was about 4.2%. The inflation rate now, golly, I'm so sweaty. I'm here making this video for you guys, as much as I love you. The idea is that it's dropping the inflation 95%. Some people say it's going to go down as low as 0.1% compared to 4.2%, somewhere between 0.1 and 0.2%. Absolutely insane. What is the biggest driver of Bitcoin over Ethereum? Well, the Bitcoin people will tell you it's proof of work over proof of stake. I don't care about that. That means nothing to me. There's a little more security of proof of work. I'll give it to you. But with a network like Ethereum, it's an incidental difference. Okay, it's incremental. It's not that big. And the Ethereum network's huge, also not as big as Bitcoin, but it's also huge. Okay, but the rallying cry for the Bitcoin maximalists have been 21 million total supply, and I agree, it's great tokenomics. But now, Bitcoin is still inflationary. We still have block rewards coming in every day for the next 118 years. More supply coming in. Ethereum, now you're gonna have 0.1% inflation. I don't know how that number breaks down to Bitcoin. That actually would be a good idea for a video. But what I wanna say is this, because the IP 1559 took place last year, it's burning a percent of those new coins being brought into the supply. This actually, by many experts, means that Ethereum is now going to be deflationary. Every year, we're going to have less Ethereum. Apply simple supply and demand. What does that mean? That means when there's less Ethereum, the remaining Ethereum is worth the same as the total sum of the whole. So what does that mean? Your Ethereum will be more valuable just because more Ethereum are getting burned than created in the supply every single year. Bitcoin inflationary, Ethereum now deflationary. And when you look at the supply and you say, okay, well, Bitcoin still has the lower supply. Well, that's true, but I've told you many times that the potential of Ethereum is much higher. It's a new layer to the internet. The internet is bigger than finance. Finance has a home on the internet. It's a greater collective. Web3 is Ethereum, guys. Now, certainly Cardano will play a role in that, Polkadot will play a role. Certainly there are things that will play a role, Solana. But the fact is, this is gigantic for Ethereum. What does this also do? This means watch Optimism, watch Arbitrum, watch Cartesian, watch Matic, watch these layer 2 solutions that will make Ethereum faster on top of now having superior tokenomics to Bitcoin. When you break this down, this is the event that changes everything in crypto. I believe that. I'm gonna be gone when it happens. We'll be covering it on the show. They're gonna, DZ and Frank and all those guys, they're gonna be doing the live stream while I'm gone. We've got plenty of other content for you guys, but if the bear eats me, all I want you guys to make sure of is that on my gravestone, it says RIP, Big Boy Crypto, a crypto YouTuber that was killed by a bear in the bear market. And then in quotations, I wanted to say, how cliche. That's all I got. Be blessed. See y'all. Big Boy out.